are now rocking with the hostess with the mostest, and today for This Week in Gaming, we're going to talk about No Man's Sky, how the Xbox One outsold PS4, overdue, yay? The strongest Pokemon in Pokemon Go, Overwatch World Cup, Battlefield's ridiculous collector's edition, more Pokemon Go news, and the realistic, not so realistic faces of Final Fantasy 15. Is No Man's Sky a success or a bummer? It's hard to tell because there have been a ton of PS4 success stories with a couple horror stories from the PC community. Hello Games' Sean Murray did suggest that the patch they released will help out the PC mishaps that have been happening, such as crashing when the game starts or running at a lower FPS than expected. Murray also mentioned in a tweet that a lot of the problems were coming from players that had a C++ Redis 2010. And he did say that once you install the patch and restart it, you should have no problem. Steam did announce that No Man's Sky is one of the biggest games that was released on that platform this year so far. It had 46% more players than any other game. Also, here are a couple things that you probably didn't know. So, these are just a few tips. If you're out of isotopes to charge your laser, you can go ahead and use your melee attack, which is R1 for the PS4 and Q for PC. Also, multi-tool in your ship have secondary craftable weapons like the Boltcaster and Phase Beam. And last but not least, swipe between firing mode using either triangle or X for PC. Oh, one more, night vision activated by pressing your D-pad or T for your PC. Xbox One finally outsells PS4. Wow, you think you're due? Anyways, the last time Xbox One outsold PS4 since its respective release was back in October. It recently lowered its prices from $280 to $250 to clear out inventory and make way for the Xbox One S, the slimmer version, which also did pretty well in the UK, which sold out in the UK and almost sold out in the US the week it was released. Aaron Greensburg released a tweet saying it's nice to be back on top. Okay, but for how long though? Because PS4 is doing pretty well globally, although Nintendo sales definitely trump PS4 sales in Japan. I don't know, Sony, looks like somebody's coming for that booty. You better watch out. Okay, there was a list released about the Pokemon that have the most XP points, which would obviously be Mewtwo to Magikarp, which is kind of crazy because Gyarados is in like the top 12, so I guess like after Magikarp, you know, gets his muscles, he gets right back up there. Something really funny about the evolution is that Jolteon isn't even in the top 20, but the top 40 strongest. Flareon is in the 13th strongest, and Vaporeon is the 11th strongest. So I guess that conversation about who's the strongest evolution can definitely be put to rest now because we know it's Vaporeon. As usual. Overwatch is getting its own World Cup. On Battle.net, you get to go and vote for 4 players to represent your region at BlizzCon in November. And why 6 and not 4, you ask? Because Blizzard gets to pick the last 2. If you look really closely, you can tell that we have no control over the people that we really want. So your vote doesn't matter, just like the election in 2001 and the election that's coming up. Anywho, for the countries that are listed, the teams are comprised of Blizzard nominations and players that we voted for. Blizzard is most likely going to round up streamers and pro players for the final players, and you can pick your favorite, but they have the final say. Battlefield players, are you excited? Guess what? The collector's edition doesn't include the game for a whopping $130, but for $60 more, they'll throw in the game, and for $80 more than the original price, they'll throw in the deluxe version. Wow, thanks Battlefield, you really appreciate your players. I don't think so, EA, get it together. This is the part where Olympics meets video games, dun 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 dun. So first of all, I am gonna mention Simone Biles, Simone Manuel, Gabby Douglas, Leah Neal, and the Jamaicans, that girl, Shelly Ann, that girl, and Elaine Thompson, because hashtag Black women did that. Japanese Olympian gymnast Koi Uchimura racked up a bill of 500,000 yen, or $5,000, while trying to play Pokemon Go in Rio. Did you catch anything worth it? He downloaded the app at the airport and apparently got charged for roaming. Yikes, I hope you caught something other than, I don't know, Magikarp and Weedles, but... To wrap it all up, let me throw shade at the 8 gorgeous characters for Final Fantasy 15 that have been released. Art director Yusuke Nayoda said that they realized they could make players look a lot more realistic. Well, I guess Melanin would have made it a little bit too realistic, eh? Anywho, let me cut down this palm tree by saying that these graphics really do look amazing. Afrofuturism, Google it. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me for This Week in Gaming with your hostess with the mostest, Junae, the natural hair gamer. Until next time, happy gaming. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm going on a road to the Pharaohs concert, which is Childish Gambino in Joshua Tree, California. Please follow my adventure. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm not going to be live streaming this week for like a whole month. I'm gone like for a month until like September 6th, which is also his premiere of Atlanta. So I'm going to be live tweeting that. So you definitely got to follow me on Twitter so you can pick up on all the hilarious things I'm going to be saying. All right, later.